Well, welcome back to the homestead. It's been a couple weeks since I was able to get a video put out, and I just wanted to take a few minutes and kind of catch you up on the status of the homestead. So the last episode I shot, we had gotten the main trusses set up on the house and braced off, but that's as far as I had gotten. And since then, we've been able to get the top trusses put on, the dormers built, and the roof decked out. So pretty much the rough framing is pretty much complete on the house now, and I've gone ahead and put the fascia boards up and started putting drip edge on in preparation for getting my metal roof on. So let me show you what it looks like. So here's what the outside of the house is looking like now. We've gotten all of the rough framing completed, and very happy with the way it looks. We've got the 3 dormers on the front here. The middle dormer is a little bit bigger than the other 2, and that'll kind of form a sitting area upstairs. And we've got the full wraparound porch on it. You can see there's quite a bit of bracing nailed off out there right now. That's for scaffolding that I was using to put the fascia boards up with. So once the metal roof is on, I'll pull all that down. It'll look a lot nicer. And today I was planning on putting the felt paper on the house and getting ready to put my tent on. Unfortunately, we've got 70% chance of rain all day today, so more than likely I'm not going to get to do that. If not, then I'll spend the day picking up this scrap lumber that's laying out and about, trying to do a little bit of site cleanup. But I've been very pleased with the way the house has turned out so far. The wraparound porch, even in the hot part of the day, seems to really provide a lot of shade for the house and should hopefully keep my electricity bills down during the summer for cooling. We've got the fascia board put up on the edge of the porch, and the drip edge is put up on the back side, one side, and most of the front here. I'll probably finish putting the last 2 pieces on the front today. The last side of the house, I'm gonna wait to put the drip edge on until I'm done with the main pitch of the roof, and that'll be the last side of the porch that gets tin put on it. And I'll hold off putting the drip edge on there so I can get up and down with the ladder without damaging my drip edges. As you can see, I've got quite a mess out here that needs to be cleaned up. There's some fascia board over there that needs to get a final coat of paint put on it, and a little bit more down here for the gable end of the roof. So I may spend today trying to clean some of this up and do the felt paper the next time it's pretty. Don't really want to be on the roof with the decking wet. Try to get a little farther back here so you can see a little of the house. A little bit of sun poking out. Might get some of my felt paper down, who knows. But at any rate, that's what it's looking like so far. I'd take you inside and show you the inside, but it's kind of dark in there because I don't have any of my windows cut out yet, and there's not a whole lot of light getting in there. So we'll film that another time. But for now, I think I'm just going to focus on cleaning all this stuff up outside here. And if the sun breaks through and dries my decking off, then I'll finish putting up that drip edge and start rolling out my felt. And if I get to do that, y'all will see it. And if the sun doesn't dry it out, then that'll be the end of this video. And whenever it does dry it out, then I'll bring y'all back along to see how I do that. Alright, well, the weather has held off so far anyway, so I got that pile of wood there burned, and the yard cleaned up here a little bit. Went through all the wood that was laid out and sorted out what I wanted to keep and what I didn't. If I didn't want to keep it, then it went into the burn pile, and if I did want to keep it, I moved it inside the house. So the yard looks a little bit better, and the roof's dried off a little now, so I'm going to get to start laying out some of this paper, and let me show you how I'm doing it. So here on the back porch, I've got the drip edge already installed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some ice and water shield over it out to the outside edge. And the ice and water shield is just this membrane with a adhesive on the back of it. See, it's a peel and stick type product. So what I'll do is I'll lay ice and water shield down for the first run, and then there'll be 2 or 3 runs of tar paper above that. And then here on the transition from the main roof to the porch roof, I'm going to put another run of this ice and water shield here where this transition is. And then from there, there'll be just regular tar paper on up to the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lay this first run of ice and water shield here on the main roof, because I really want to get the felt paper on the main roof more than I do the porch. So I just have to remember not to pull the bottom half of the peel and stick off, so the tar paper on the porch can run under that. So we're going to come up about 20 or 24 inches. We're going to come up to this line right here with the ice and water shield, and then the rest of the way up we're going to go with just regular felt paper. So let me see if I can get this installed. So now that I've got it laid out where I want it, what I've done is I've come and I've put a button cap here in a place or two, just to kind of hold it in the alignment that I want. And now I'm going to try and unroll it across that transition and keep it in the line that I want, pulling off the top half of the paper so that the adhesive will stick to the top of the roof. But I'm going to leave the paper on the bottom so that when I run my tar paper from the bottom of the porch here up, I can put the tar paper under it so that there's a constant overlap as the water comes off of the roof. And then we'll pull that last piece of plastic off the back at that point. Alright, that's my ice and water shield for this first little transition here. Now I've got to pull these 2x4 runners off here so that I can put the first run of tar paper down. And I will be coming back and putting more button caps in this, but that's all I have in it right now. So let me get these boards pulled off and see if about getting that second set of felt put up. Alright, so the first piece of felt paper is down. So there's ice and water shield and then felt paper. And I've got the felt paper nailed off now. And you can see I've come back and I've put a nail here and stretched the string all the way down to another nail over there. And what that's for is where the transition is down here in the where the porch meets the main roof. There's going to be a transition there, and it's going to be about 6.5 inches wide. So the first set of screws for my tin is going to be right here, and then there'll be a row of screws every 36 inches up the main face of the roof. So I've measured from my starter mark down here up 34 inches and put a nail. And what I'm going to do is nail a line of 2x4s all the way down this string, and that's what the tin will actually screw into. But in the meantime, that'll give me something to stand on to put the next set of felt up. So after I pulled the string in, since I'm out here doing this by myself, I came through and put a 16 penny nail about every 12 feet or so down the string. That way I can take my 2x4s and I can just lay those on the nails. I know the 2x4 will be in the right spot, and then I can nail the 2x4 off to the trusses that are under the decking. So let me get working on nailing this first strip down, and I'll bring you back when I start doing the next row of felt. Alright, the ice and water shield that I've got here is not really the product that I was wanting. I was wanting a rubberized ice and water shield, but what they sent me was it's like a tar paper with an adhesive back, so it's got loose granules on it. So stepping on it out here is kind of a slipping hazard. So I'm going to have to go ahead and put the first 2 runs of 2x4 down here, so that I have something to step on to get up the roof to do the next row of paper. So I've got my string pulled out here again, and I'm going to nail those 2 rows of 2x4s off now. Alright, I've got the 2 runs of 2x4 put in right there where the transition goes to give me the 6.5 inches I need of support for it right here. And then every 32 inches up, I'll put a 2x4 runner all the way across like that to screw the tin down to. And in the meantime, that's what I'll use as steps to continue to go up the roof to put the tar paper down. So that's the system, but that's all I'm doing for right now. We'll pick this up another day.